Good night, everybody. My name is Anastasia Carino, and I am talking about, or I'm going to be talking about the U.S. Virgin Islands for the speech class 1315. The U.S. Virgin Islands are a group of Caribbean islands and islets in U.S. territory. It's known for its white sand beaches, reefs, and verdant hills. St. Thomas Island, which is home to the capital Charlotte Amalie, to the east is St. John Island, which most of the island is part of the national park. St. Croix, which is known for its historic towns, Christiansted and Frederiksted, are to the south. I am originally from St. Croix, which is the big island of the U.S. Virgin Islands, and I'm actually here right now doing this speech. And growing up it's a pretty fun place to be at. The beach is crystal clear. I grew up with my tropical heritage. Both of my parents are from here. They're born and raised. All my family is here, and I mostly come here from my school semesters during the summer and Christmas breaks. So next, we'll be talking about the main points. First, we'll be talking about the history of the Virgin Islands. Second, facts about the islands. And third, tourism. Now that I have your attention about some interesting details to start with, we will talk about facts about these islands. First, we'll talk about the history. How it was named. The first residents of the present United States Virgin Islands, or known as the USVI, were the Siboney, Caribs, and the Arawaks. In 1493, Christopher Columbus visited these islands. He had been he was searching for a route to India in the East Indies, and ended up in the West Indies. So he called those people that inhabited the island Indians. And the Virgin Islands was named after the virgins St. Ursula and her 11,000 virgins. Second, the U.S. Virgin Islands. In 1917, these islands were purchased by the United States from Denmark for $25 million to be a fueling stop for naval ships during World War I, and was granted U.S. citizenship in 1977. It is governed by an unicameral legislature. You also don't need a passport to visit these islands, which means you can use your driver's license, your birth certificate, and all that. The United States Virgin Islands are made up of 3 islands: St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. These islands were ruled by 7 countries: Holland, France, England, Spain, Denmark, the Knights of Malta, and currently the United States. Charlotte Amalie is the largest historical city in the United States. Charlotte Amalie is the capital of the United States and is located in St. Thomas. The city offers rich history with the largest historic district in the United States, and is also a preferred shopping spot on the island. There's been great debate regarding the correct pronunciation for the name Charlotte Amalie. First, it was called Charlotte Amalia, but after researchers reported a mistake in the history, it was named to Charlotte Amalie. So they switched the A to an E. The USVI has been a shopping destination since 1607. Before arriving in present-day Virginia in 1607, the Jamestown settlers, who built the first English settlement in North America stopped off in Charlotte Amalie to stock up on supplies. And the Historic Preservation Office of St. Thomas will soon install a plaque received from the state of Virginia representing the historic visit that the Jamestown settlers came. The plaque will be hung on the Liberty Bell platform in the Emancipation Park. The U.S. Virgin Islands is the only location in the United States that you drive on the left on the road. Although the islands are considered part of the U.S., there are still a few rules and customs that dates back all the way to the European days. Our eighth fact for tonight: Point Udo is the easternmost point of the United States. This point was named after Stuart Udo, who was the United States Secretary of the Interior under both John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson. The Millennium Monument, a sundial, was built above the point in 2000, and it won't be uncovered until the next 250 years, I presume. Next, we will be talking about the tourism and how much, next we will be talking about tourism and how much each island, first we'll be talking about next we'll be talking about tourism and the visitors each island visits. For St. Croix, the cruise ships brings in 138,100, according to the Bureau of Economic Research. St. Croix pulls in cruise ships that brings in 138,100 and 128,400 for air visitors, people who comes in on flights. For St. Thomas and St. John, 1,979,090 visitors comes on cruise ships, and 601,900 visitors comes on air visitors. And this is according to the Bureau of Economic Research. Last and final, even though these islands are small, they are rich in history, rich in culture, and rich in pride to be a Virgin Islander. From St. Croix being the biggest island to St. John being the smallest, this is really the place that most people dream of, and this is a place where you will see mostly on newspapers or magazines, or in your dreams, on wallpapers and on Google. But growing up here, I'm really proud that I am a Virgin Islander, and I try to represent it as much as I can. Thank you for your time.